Do you want to write better cover letters? That's the question I'll be addressing today in The Right Question. I'm the publication coach, Daphne Gray Grant. I have a question from Tianying Wang, a postdoctoral research scientist based at Columbia University in New York. Here's what she's asked.
I would like to know how to write an appropriate cover letter. I found it's required everywhere, such as the paper submission and the job application. However, I don't know how to write it exactly. For example, which rule should it follow? Does the cover letter in paper submission is different from the cover letter for the job application? Or generally, do I just need to state what's included in the submission, or I need to include more details about the file I submitted? It would be great if you can help me answer this question. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the question, Tianying. You've asked about two different types of cover letters, so let me address them one at a time. A cover letter to a journal will help the editor decide whether to send your manuscript out for a peer review. To tackle this challenge, you should begin with a paragraph giving the name of the manuscript and the names of the authors. As well, describe the type of paper it is: a research article, a case study, or a review. Then describe the rationale behind your study and the major findings of your research. Here, you can also refer to work you've already published, but only if it's directly related. Next, write a paragraph explaining why this paper would be a good fit for this particular journal. This is probably the most important paragraph of the entire letter, so be prepared to spend some time writing it. Don't say something banal like it's of interest to people in the field, or predictable like it's novel and groundbreaking. Instead, be really specific about why it's a good fit for that particular journal. To do this properly, you'll need to have studied the journal carefully. You should also have looked at their aims and scope statement and their submission guidelines, both of which should be on their website. Finally, close with a brief statement saying that the manuscript is original, that no part of it has been published before, and that it's not currently being considered by any other journals. If you have any conflicts of interest, say that here. If you have none, say that here as well. Do all those jobs and you'll have finished an excellent cover letter for any journal submission. On the other hand, if you're trying to write a cover letter for a job application, my advice is a little bit different. A cover letter should accompany each and every resume you send out. Employers use cover letters to screen candidates for jobs and to determine who they would like to interview. A cover letter should complement, not duplicate, your resume. Its purpose is to interpret the data-oriented factual resume and add a personal touch. A cover letter is written in letter format, including a salutation like "Dear Dr. Wilson." Unlike a resume, you should use the first person, I, and the letter should be very short, no more than 3 or 4 paragraphs. The purpose of a job-seeking cover letter is to highlight your qualifications and to help the employer interpret your background. A resume states facts. A cover letter adds color and personality. It should persuade employers that you're a good fit for the job. More than a resume, your cover letter allows you to convey subjective information: why you're interested in this particular position, how your values motivate you, and what you find interesting about the company's culture. Keep in mind that this letter needs to be much more than bullet points pulled from your resume. It is a unique document. I've included a link below with a before and after version of a cover letter. I think you'll find it quite instructive in terms of how to add a personal touch. While the two types of cover letters you've mentioned, Tianying, are both fundamentally different, they do have something in common. Both are meant to be persuasive, and in order to do that, you need to show some of your personality, not just the facts. Finally, let me wrap up with a quote from American businesswoman Sophia Amoruso. When I go through hundreds of applications from people who all have very similar sounding experience, cover letters are the only glimpse I have into a person's personality. Tianying, the vast majority of people don't write compelling cover letters. If you can dedicate some of your time to learn how to write better cover letters, you'll be giving yourself a huge advantage over all your competition.